Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 and a new season with Tottenham, where we are the double reigning European champions. We're also the Premier League champions and we're about to kick off the new season against Chelsea. Now, there's not been a huge amount of business this summer. If we have a look at the transfer history, you can see I've actually not signed anyone whatsoever. We have had players go out, so £30 million for this youngster. The Tottenham Academy is fantastic. It keeps generating mediocre English players that sell for 30 to 50 million. We also let Joshua Zirkzee leave the club. We managed to, with add-ons, recoup about all of our money, pretty much, with a little 3 million potential profit. He was a really good player, but he had a big injury that kind of knocked his career with us, and it meant that he never really got the run that he needed to establish himself as an absolute must-stay player. Dermy Lazala, who was unhappy about his playing time, I was reluctant to let him go, but he was unhappy and I got a £51 million bid for him, so I thought, you know what, he doesn't play that often, we can let him go. It does mean we're short of a right back in the squad, so I am still on the lookout for one as we go through this window. But then you look at the size of this squad, and I have just promoted Mazzini from the Youth Academy, signed for £1.7 million a little while ago. He's decent enough as a cover at right back, the 21-year-old German. So I think overall I'm reasonably comfortable. Butman can play there in an absolute pinch, and so can Zachariah Wilson. So we've got options if we need them. And looking ahead to this season, I think today we'll do the match against Chelsea in the Community Shield. We'll also do the UEFA Super Cup against Inter Milan, and then I think we're going to run forward quite a long time to get ahead. And just looking at the time now on my weekend, I might not be able to get a video up tomorrow, so full apologies if there isn't a video out tomorrow, because it does take a little while to get through all of these games. So we'll see where we end up doing that. But there might be a video tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure there won't be, just full disclosure. So for this game against Chelsea, the way we're going to line up is Igor gets the starting goal. I think he'll probably be the #1 this season, but I might rotate the keepers still. Cesal, Lorenzo, Diaz and Bernard line up in defence. Daniel and Wilson in central midfield. Pierre Umans and Fati continue on the wings, with Esposito and Greenwood up top. And it's really nice in Football Manager when you've got such a well-balanced, young and happy squad that you don't need to make many changes after a really successful season. So everybody else's teams are a year older, but ours can only get better with age, whereas others do tend to drop down a little bit. Now obviously Chelsea are the team that we beat in the Champions League final in extra time, so we'll have a real test of progress today against Chelsea and see if we can win this match as well. Lorenzo kicking us off, already on a yellow, good way to start his new season. Plays it forward to Daniel. Zachariah Wilson looking for options. He's picked out Mason Greenwood. Just plays the ball back through the defence, and Fati now cutting inside as he did so much last season, but he couldn't quite get the finish there that we were used to, and it has gone wide of that upright. Bernard now with a throw-in, puts it in. Greenwood's in there, it's cleared out. Zachariah Wilson has the ball and has given it away to Bonnie, who's done so much damage against us so many times. He's through on goal, Bonnie, and that's one of the worst finishes we've seen in quite some time. So no damage done from that mistake by Zachariah Wilson, but the team do just need to pull their heads out a little bit, because this is not what I expect from them. Woba here with a free kick in an odd position. It's played forward by Diaz, but nobody able to get there, and now Gomez is countering. He goes outside to Chiesa. Ball put over and Pierre Umans intercepts. A little bit back and forth between defence and midfield before it's played over the top, and Esposito's through on goal and he finishes it emphatically. Zachariah Wilson with the assist from that lofted ball over the top, but what a finish by Esposito. Wilson here turned around and then picked out Esposito with a beautiful ball that split the defence. Such a good pass, and then Esposito hammers it through the legs of Donnarumma to make it 1-0. That's exactly what we want to see. Esposito, 40 odd goals last season. We're hoping he can get even more this year. But they have pulled one back. Frankie de Jong, of all people, scoring from a corner. No, it wasn't a header. I think that was a volley when the ball came in. Somebody in defence made a mistake to allow the ball to bounce like that. Ruben Diaz missing the header. Oh, maybe it was a header from Frankie de Jong. Mistake from Ruben Dias, and Chelsea are back on level terms. Not really good enough from the team here. And now they've got a throw in Chelsea. Livramento to De Jong. It's played over to Demiral and then sent all the way back to Donnarumma under a bit of pressure, but he works it out well. Now they go down the left flank. Sancho, a little bit tired, but charging into the box, and it's come for Bonny. And of course, he scores against us again. Jean-Christophe Bonny is our new nemesis. He always scores against us for Chelsea. It's really frustrating. He doesn't seem to score against anybody else, but he loves playing us. And a bit of fortune on that, the way it ricocheted between the two defenders and ran to him. But it was a good finish. Well anticipated. And good work from Sancho on that left flank to pick him out as well. But not great this first half of our new season. It does make us think that maybe we should look to sign someone before this window's up. I mean, I've got the cash. I just can't really identify any players that I think will improve the squad. Sazao now with the throw. It's worked in. Umans can't do anything with it. Sazao gives it away. And now Bonny's in behind again. And fortunately, he has put that one wide. But we really do need to improve. Pedri now attacking through the centre. Goes out to the right, but Bernard with a good clean-up. Plays it down the line. Fatty charging in from that left flank. Players around him, Fatty, and he's gone for it, but he's just not quite got his shooting boots on today. Fatty not having a great game. Uman's not having a great game. We need to do something here because this team is rapidly failing. Terrible performance from Lorenzo today. Sazao now with the ball. Pulls it back to Daniel. Dinks it in, but it's cleared out easily. And then Pedri all the way forward to Bonny. Daniel with a good tackle there on Pedri. Now Sazao. Worked forward. Lorenzo on the ball. Plays it out to the right. Umans attacking the box. Puts it in, and it's put well over the bar there from our player. This is pretty poor. I'm quite concerned by this performance, if I'm entirely honest. It's just not good enough from the team. I think might take Greenwood off next. We've got a throw in there. It goes in. Greenwood's there, and it's just wide of the post for Mason Greenwood, but he's definitely coming off. We'll put Buttman on for a little bit. Jana with the free kick, cleared out by Bonny. And Sancho can now counter-attack. He's not quite got the fitness to run like that, you wouldn't think, but he is still going. 20 minutes to go. Can we turn this around? We've rolled all three of the dice. Chelsea just have brought on Erling Haaland, which is not exactly what you want. I'm not sure I'd describe him as a pacey hitman. I'm not sure that's how I view Erling Haaland, but the game does. Time very nearly up. I'm not sure what else I can really do here. Gomez plays it forward to Pedri. They're on the attack again. It's through to Bonny. He's onside. It's a good save by Igor, but not well placed. And Volkan Karakaya just finishes it off, and maybe we're in trouble this season. It's another trophy we're not going to win. That's a real kicker in this series. But poor defensive work. It's 3-1 with 5 minutes to go, and this has not been great from the team. Sazao now with a long throw. It goes in. It's headed on, and Buttman is back there. So Buttman has pulled one back with a couple of minutes left. Can we pull off a miracle here in the Community Shield? Sazao's long throw. Fatty with a header on, and there was Buttman on the volley to make it 3-2. 5 minutes of added time is a lot of time. What can the team do? Is there one left? We've got 2 minutes. Ruben Dias forward. Finds Daniel. Ball over the top towards Fatty's cut out by Tomori. Tomori again. Tackled by Fatty, but still keeps the ball. Plays it forward to Volkan. Now De Jong, and that is one hell of a two-footer from Zachariah Wilson. That's really, really bad play. And he is sent off with a red card. There's no point bothering to fix the team at this point. A minute to go. But that is not the way we wanted to start this season, watching our rivals lift a trophy. Really poor. Really, really, really poor. And we've got some thinking to do. Maybe we do need some fresh blood into the team. I might see who we can bring in, because that was dreadful from the team. So we'll go ahead now. We'll play the Bristol game off camera, and then we'll pick up in the European Super Cup final. And see if we can at least lift that piece of silverware against Inter Milan. So I'll see you in just a second. Well, following that defeat to Chelsea, we did manage to smash Bristol City 6-0. I won't show you the highlights in this one. It wasn't a particularly interesting game other than the large amount of goals, but Wilson got us off the mark with a goal on the 9th minute. Esposito then scored half an hour on. Cordova got a couple either side of a Richard Buttman goal. And then Rodrigo Gonçalves scored an absolute stunner. He just come off the bench, took a throw in, did a little 1-2 and then smashed the ball into the top corner. I can't remember him scoring many for us, but it was a hell of a goal and he got us off to the perfect start. Now there has been a little bit of transfer business. I am trying to sign Gilberto Severo for £209 million. I loved him at Barcelona when I took him there. £25 million he cost. God, that was a long time ago when I took him to Barcelona. 5 years ago now. But he's been fantastic there ever since. I'd love to bring him to Spurs. I've been tracking him for a while, but I don't think I quite have the funds to pull this massive transfer off. I need another 50 million. But I have let David Neres leave. Of course, we signed him quite cheaply. We got him for just 20 million. We've sold him for what will become 45 million, I'm sure. He's gone through a few transfers recently, but I just don't think he's going to play that much for us. So he is on his way out. Last season he did reasonably well when he did play, but he just didn't play very much. He did have an injury as well, but he has now left the club, which is a little bit of a shame, but I don't mind too much. We have plenty of strength in depth in those positions where we'd normally play on the left with Cordova, a fantastic player. He's developed so much to the point where I think he might actually be better than Fati now, the Chilean. He is so good. Look at that 9.4 in the first game against Bristol. But he's going to play today. Uman's on the right, Esposito and Buttman up top with Wilson and Daniel in the middle. Bernard, Diaz, Lorenzo and Cesao in defence. And Malungu is back in goal. He also was in goal against Bristol. I can't make a decision on the goalkeeper right now. I don't know what to do. He did keep a clean sheet in the last game, so I've kept him in for this one. Strange team from Inter Milan. Onana, our former player, is in there. Mixed feelings about Onana as well. He has to leave us at Ajax. He made mistakes at Spurs when we were manager. But we've got a chance here to exploit him, and we do with Cordova getting another header, really making that claim for that left flank. 3 goals in 2 games for him now, and Onana's been beaten 2 minutes into playing his former team. Not the best defensive showing here. The ball ricocheting around. It came out to Buttman, played it to Umans, and then the ball ricochets back but dinks over, and Cordova with the freedom of the 6-yard box to plant that header past Onana and give us an excellent start to this game. And really, we just want to absolutely rout this Inter Milan team as quickly as we can in order to really make sure we win this trophy after choking a little bit in that game against Chelsea in the Community Shield. Onana here playing the ball out, was giving it straight to his former teammate Pierre Umans. They didn't play together for very long. Now it's Cesao driving at the heart of defence, and he's just put that one wide. I don't know why he took that on left-footed as a right-footed fullback, but he's put it wide. It's a really strange team, that Inter Milan side. I'd be really interested potentially to manage Inter Milan next. It could be Juventus as well. I'd be interested in AC Milan. I could see Italy being my next destination if we do go somewhere. There's also, of course, Germany, where we haven't been yet, as Elliott takes this one and puts it in, cleared out by Buttman. Cesao can't get to it. Marcus Paulo on the ball, back to Thomas. Now Mikelenko over to Elliott. Just little 1-2s between the two of them. Played back to Thomas. Going to have to go all the way back to Onana here. Onana does launch it forward, but straight to Bernard. All the way back to Malungu. Not the most interesting watching at this point, but Bernard trying to create something. He switches it beautifully to Pierre Umans, and he drives forward. He's got 3 in the box, 1 on the edge, 2 on the edge, and Daniel's got it. It's off the post, and Onana gets a lucky reprieve. The ball just rolling back to him there. Daniel nearly scoring an absolute worldie, but it just didn't quite work out. But we're doing well. Happy with that in the first half. We've come out comfortable. Inter Milan not really threatening us in that first half. We had many shots. Onana putting in a decent showing to keep us out to that point, but he's got a hell of a job on him to keep that up. And Umans now with the corner puts it in. It's Lorenzo That was beautiful. That was on the turn and volley in the 6-yard box from a centre-back. Look at this in slow motion. Pierre Umans whips it in. 2 defenders miss it. And Lorenzo, not even looking at the ball as it drops over his shoulder, plants it with control past Onana for 2-0. Beautiful stuff. Bernard's got a knock, so we can take him off and see if Gonzalez can repeat his previous trick. Might also give Mazzini a debut, given we're 2-0 up and Sasau's booked and a little bit lacking in the fitness. Thomas here spreads it wide. Lukaku out to Michaelenko. He's hanging it up, finds Garone, and that was nearly in the top corner. I don't know if that hit the post there, but very close to a goal. Let's take Sasau off and bring on Mazzini for his debut. We'll also give Duane Codolon a little bit of time in the middle. Hakimi into Lambert, comes out again, and Ndombele, the former Spurs player. Our former player, actually. We sold him, and that header's just planted wide of the post. A little bit of a rally here from Inter Milan. Seeing if they can just come back into it. 10 minutes to go. We are still totally in control of this game. Not a lot of strength and depth on that Inter Milan bench, so I'm not too worried about the changes they've just made. And we're 4 minutes away from another piece of silverware, and there it is. We get to lift another trophy. It's a regular occurrence in this series. 2-0 over Inter Milan. A really good performance from the team. They were even complacent by the end, but you can see we have run out as winners of the UEFA Super Cup. Mazzini, what a way to make your debut. Medals handed out, but a brilliant trophy win there. I mean, look at that pre-season friendly as well. I mean, maybe Singapore wasn't the right place to go because we absolutely smashed the likes of the Singapore Recreational Club and the Police SA. The Police Sports Association smashed 18-0. That is brave. Anyway, looking ahead, I'm not too worried about any of these matches. It could be another one where we just go to January, really. I mean, this doubleheader here could be interesting. They're probably going to be 2 of our title rivals, Liverpool and City. We do have an Arsenal match, an FA Cup tie. That could be a good point to check in. Obviously, if the group stage isn't going too well, we might want to pick up there as well. But it's going to be a little while. That's why I think it's not going to be necessarily a video out tomorrow, because it's going to take a few hours to get through this much play. I don't have that much time available at the moment. But do drop a like down below if you enjoyed this episode and the start of another season. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.